Every great vision begins with faith. Tonight, we celebrate women who trusted God with their dreams, stepped into the unknown, and built businesses that changed lives. Stay tuned as we hear from three dynamic entrepreneurs on the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Welcome to Invisible but Powerful, where heart, soul, and spirit intertwine. This show is about sharing stories of faith, resilience, and transformation to inspire you to uncover, unlock, and unleash the incredible potential God has placed within you. Now, let's get ready for real talk and heart-to-heart conversations on the Invisible but Powerful Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Invisible but Powerful Show. I am your host, Kimberly Kiner, and I'm so glad that you're here for what I know will be an inspiring conversation. This show is more than a program. It's a ministry, it's a movement, and a sisterhood birthed from my devotional book, Invisible but Powerful. At IBP Ministries, we walk by faith, speak healing into hidden wounds, and create safe spaces for women to rise. And through IBP Wellness, our self-care and lifestyle brand, I create handcrafted fragrance oils, room sprays, and products that remind you to nurture yourself while building your vision. As an entrepreneur myself, I know firsthand that building a business isn't just for the profit. It's not just about the money. It's about serving others through your gifts, your talents, and most importantly, your purpose. It's about turning dreams into legacies and turning challenges into stepping stones. Tonight's episode, entitled Entrepreneurial Spotlight, Women on the Move, shines a light on bold, purpose-driven women who are making an impact in their communities and leaving a legacy that will inspire generations to come. Let's meet our first guest, Allie Davis. Allie is the founder and CEO of Giselle Stella, a Black-owned, woman-owned jewelry brand, redefining luxury with affordable, hyperallergenic, and tarnish-free pieces. With over 20 years in the jewelry industry, Allie's expertise spans wholesale, retail, and e-commerce. She left the corporate world to build a brand that prioritizes quality, accessibility, and community impact. Inspired by her daughter, Giselle Stella, Allie blends faith, experience, and togetherness into every aspect of her business, ensuring customers feel beautiful, empowered, and seen. Through strategic partnerships, philanthropic efforts, and immersive shopping experiences, Allie is on the mission to transform how people wear and experience luxury jewelry. Let's take a look at Allie in action.
Come with us to the Fab Market on Governor's Island. We're so excited for this unique market season. But first, we have to get there. Once we arrived to Market Row, we set up our booth early and Giselle and BK went island exploring. Our booth was filled with beautiful pieces and some new designs as well. You can find everything from necklaces to bracelets or anklets to earrings. We even sell our signature tote bags. This was such a great experience for us. The weather was perfect, the people were amazing, and although we were tired, it was still a vibe. If you want to shop small or support Black-owned or women-owned, you should definitely check out our website, GiselleStella.com, or come visit us in person in Metuchen, New Jersey. We're looking forward to our next event. So see you soon. Bye.
Let's welcome my amazing guest and soror, Allie Davis. Hey, Allie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so as you know, I am a fan of your jewelry pieces. I am wearing your earrings, also a necklace that I purchased from you, and it's just truly amazing, beautiful. What inspired you to start your business?
I'm gonna start with God first and foremost.
Okay.
For me, I was offered a position of a COO in my previous company, and it was a pivotal time. Sometimes I think that your complacency definitely hinders you from growth. And also, you need to make decisions that work best for you and your family. And faith-based decisions are super
Mm.
important for me. So I was offered the option of being a COO, but that also would have taken time away from my family. It would have cost me more to leave my remote position to go back into the office. And also, the pay wasn't comparable for the ask. And at that point,
Mm.
I came home to my husband and we had a conversation about, what does this look like? What will this look like? And my husband, for my birthday, I want to say it was a few weeks later, ended up getting an LLC for me. So he says to me, babe, I think you can do this on your own. And I kind of was, is this something I wanted to do? Is entrepreneurship something I wanted? Entrepreneurship is definitely in my family. My dad was a real estate broker. My mom was a real estate broker. Like, so they
Mm.
have done their own thing and I've seen it. So I've also seen the good and the bad. So I don't think I ever really saw
Mm.
myself going into that entrepreneurship space because I saw the struggle. It was great when it was great, but it was rough when it was rough. However, with his faith and prayer and just saying, you know what, let me give it to God, I started brainstorming, what does this look like? I thought I was going into maybe a t-shirt business. I didn't know what I was going to do, even though I was in the jewelry space. I don't know why I think I was going somewhere else. So ultimately, my husband just said, you can do it, try it on your own. 3 weeks later, I had a business plan. I had thoughts of what I would like to do. I thought about, what are women struggling with today in the jewelry industry? What are things that I've seen in my past that I did not like and things that I know I can change? And what relationships that I have the leverage in order to make that happen? So that's ultimately what started the movement, the lack of wanting to have that work-life balance disrupted. I wanted a space where I
Mm.
could do for my family as well as, be able to have my own and to be able to give back to the community. And that's honestly what the brand stands for.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what was your mission? Like, what's your purpose, and why does it matter to you personally?
I think so many times women get caught up in luxury, what that experience is, that aspirational feel, right? Like, I have to spend X amount of dollars in order to be the best self, and I have to do these, expensive things in order to have the best. And that's just not the case. Luxury
Mm.
is not a price point. Luxury is a state of mind. It's a quality. It is a environment that you created for yourself, right? But it's not a dollar figure. And I really wanted us to get out of the space of I have to spend so much money in order to get a quality life or lifestyle or product. With Giselle Stella, the whole mission behind it, we gave women to feel good in order to find them quality jewelry pieces that were going to be something that if they saw it in the market, they wouldn't have to spend hundreds of dollars on it or even thousands of dollars depending on the piece. I wanted to find something that was hypoallergenic because me personally, you can go into some of these stores. I don't know if you've had this experience, but there's some stores that you go to and you just know, like, I'm gonna buy this item. I know I'm gonna spend this money on it, and I know in 3 weeks this item's gonna turn green. I know it. I know it. I'm okay with it. You have to be all right with knowing that that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna look good that night that I wear that piece. And I didn't want that, right? Like, you shouldn't have to spend anything on something that's gonna turn green in the next couple of weeks. Like, that's just it's a silly concept, but we do it all the time.
It not only turns green like the piece, but it turns your skin green.
Absolutely, absolutely. And who wants that? Who wants to spend money to do that to themselves?
Right.
Yes, you look good for the
Right.
moment, but it
Exactly.
definitely does not last, and that's totally not worth it for me. So I wanted to find a product that didn't do that. I also have skincare issues when it comes to wearing jewelry that's not, high quality material. Anything under
Mm.
18 karat gold, my body actually breaks out to. My husband says that I have expensive blood, which is hilarious. It may be true, but I wanted to find something that didn't cause those kind of reactions. So I wanted to make sure it was nickel free and at least 18 karat gold within the make. So most of the items that we have on
Right.
our website has, it's hypoallergenic qualities, unless it's noted, because that's maybe a novelty piece or something like that. It's using a stainless steel base, so you don't have, the nickel. You don't have the tarnishing properties, and you don't have to worry about, the water penetrating the material. So we're trying to use a standard that is used in much larger companies, such as like Michael Kors or Rolex uses that in their watches and stuff like that.
Right. Right. That's interesting. So, for those of you who are interested in knowing about Allie and her products, her jewelry, you can reach her via Facebook. She's also on Instagram. She has a website, and that was shown earlier, and then she can be reachable, or you can contact her via info@GiselleStella.com. Now, for those who are in the New Jersey area, she also has a brick and mortar. So she has a store, it's in New Market, Metuchen, on 19th New Street in Metuchen, New Jersey. So anyone who, believe me, her jewelry is top notch. It's definitely that luxurious style, and it lasts forever. Many of you have probably seen me with different types of jewelry, because I do wear a lot of her jewelry. But is there anything else, anything else that I missed here that where they can reach you? Any other locations here, or everything here is good?
Everything here is good. And I encourage anyone who is interested in even having a conversation or would like to maybe do coffee once, feel free to reach out to me. You can DM us on Instagram or email us at info@GiselleStella.com.
Awesome. So I have one more question. I ask all of my guest participants. And it's, what does invisible but powerful mean to you?
When you sent me that question, I was like, man, what does that mean to me? And I kind of took a step back and I was like, man. And I would have to say, for me, it means meekness. And meekness is not to be confused with weakness, but power under control. And
you said meekness should not be what?
Meekness, not to be confused with weakness, because meekness is not weakness, it's power under control. And I think that the person that is invisible yet powerful is someone who is able to lead but doesn't have to. Someone who's willing to sit back and watch and assist where they see possible leadership might need assistance, but also can take on that role themselves, but don't feel like they need to be in the spotlight to do that. They'd rather just kind of help in the background, right? Like, I can do it, but I don't have to, and I'll be willing to teach someone else to do it.
Got it. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time. I know you are so busy, but I really appreciate you agreeing to be a guest on this show on Entrepreneur Spotlight.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you.
I wanted to take a moment to talk about my devotional book, Invisible but Powerful. This book is written for women who feel unseen but are walking in a divine power every day. It's also a guide for healing and growth and living out your God-given purpose. Check out this promo.
Have you ever felt like life's challenges have left you searching for hope? Invisible but Powerful isn't just a devotional. It's a lifeline for women navigating their toughest moments. Filled with heartfelt stories, scriptures, and reflections, this book is inspiring women to rediscover their strength and faith. It's time to uncover your inner strength, unlock your potential, and unleash a life filled with purpose. Scan the QR code now, or go to Amazon.com to purchase and begin your journey today. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. Let Invisible but Powerful guide you every step of the way.
Welcome back to the Invisible but Powerful Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Kiner, and today I'm focusing on women entrepreneurs and the lives they lead. My next amazing guest is Beverly Brister. Beverly is a powerhouse marketer with over 20 years of experience helping businesses grow and thrive, from building websites for internet startups to creating web portals for Pfizer and leading high-impact campaigns for credit unions. Beverly has seen and shaped it all. Through her own marketing firm, Beverly's Webshop, she's helped small businesses and entrepreneurs boost brand awareness, generate leads, grow audiences, and craft winning marketing strategies. She is also the creator and host of Boss Talk, a dynamic live stream show now heading into its 7th season this fall, where she spotlights extraordinary entrepreneurs and the legacy they leave. Let's take a look at what Beverly's Webshop is all about.
Hi, I'm Beverly Brister, and I'm so excited to share that I've launched How to Master Your Google Business Profile. It's a self-paced video course, totally free, that you can take to learn how to get your information on Google so that people can find you. Did you know that on your Google profile, you can showcase your services and your products and sell directly from it? You'll learn all of that in this course. Plus, you're able to show pictures and video and have a link for people to even book your services. Whether you have a brick and mortar business or a virtual location, you will benefit greatly from having a Google Business Profile. It's a totally free course. Click the link and start learning now.
Let's welcome my dear guest, Beverly Brister. Hey, Beverly.
Hey, Kimberly, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. We're now on the other side. I wasn't on Boss Talks. What was it, last year? I think it was last year.
Yeah, last year.
Talking about the book Invisible but Powerful. And now we are on the other side talking about you as an entrepreneur, because you're doing so much. You not only have Beverly's web shop, you are also doing your online show, Boss Talks.
Yes.
So talk about that for a minute. First, let's talk about your first business, Bev's web shop.
Yes.
What is it that inspired you to start your business or get into entrepreneurship?
Well, it's funny. I always knew from high school, I was very driven, and I always knew I wanted to have my own business. Something about entrepreneurship was just in me. And as I look back, I guess it was really the experiences that I had from my home life, because my parents, they owned an apartment building in Jersey City with the dry cleaners, so we were like the Jeffersons. But without them sharing that they own it, it was just being a part of that. It was innate, and just the example that they set for me, being Black-owned business owners, having a household, that just kind of set the path for me. So when I got into college, Hampton University, I majored in business management because, again, that was my focus. It was in 1999 when I said, you know what, I bought my first computer. I'm aging myself now. And I said, you know what, because I was getting into graphic design and doing things on the computer. And I said, you know what, I think this would be something good. I enjoy doing it. There's a business that was already willing to hire me. I'd gone to church with them, but they had a business as well and was looking for me to help them out. So I said, all right, well, let me start. And then Beverly's Web Shop was born. So originally I started off doing graphic design and websites, but over the course of the internet startups and other things that came into play, Facebook was born and all those other things, again, dating myself. That's where I just kind of morphed into marketing, because now I built all these websites for clients. They were like, okay, now what do I do with it? How do I sell it? How do I get to my clientele? And as I started working with them, I realized that this should be a part of my portfolio of offerings, because I was doing it. I was working in different industries doing that, and it just was. So now it's a full-fledged marketing firm where I do everything from brand awareness, lead generation, social media management, social media marketing, and one-on-one business coaching, helping small businesses and entrepreneurs learn how to use digital tools to reach their audiences, grow their business, and just have a greater presence online. And it's something that I've totally enjoyed, because I have clients that have been with me for 15 plus years, and some that are newcomers that just continue to come back and refer other people. So that's how I stay in business.
Oh, nice. So what about Boss Talks? Because that one is more recent, right?
Yes. So, the pandemic hit, and a lot of things happened with that. And I'd say that it was something that kind of pushed me into doing it. I was going to different conferences and learning about doing things live. At the time, doing live streams were big, and like live video, rather. And I said, all right, well, all the stuff prior to that I was doing pre-recorded because, it's, you can edit it. You can totally control the package
Yes.
of everything about it.
Yes.
And so I said, let me give this live stream thing a go because, we're home. Everyone's home because it's the pandemic. Everything's shut down. And I had, all the equipment sitting here. I said, well, let me give it a try and see how it goes. So I put a date out there and said, in a month, I started advertising it. I said, I'm going to do a live stream show and came up with the term boss talk because I wanted to highlight entrepreneurs. And that's how the show started. And now for the next season that I'm looking at, I want to focus on youth entrepreneurs. So like 18 and under.
Okay.
Because I did that. I had 2 young adults the last season, and it just really skyrocketed, those 2. And true story, I was at a funeral, and I was, waiting in line to pay my respects, and the father of the young lady who I interviewed, she was a 10-year-old, she had her own lemonade stand. He comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Oh my goodness, you're the Beverly Brister. Your show, Boss Talk," and he's going on and on and
Oh,
about.
my goodness.
And I'm just like, yes, hi, yes, and and I realized, what? There's something to this when you highlight youth entrepreneurs that I think not that when you do it with adults, it's not the same, but really to celebrate and to showcase that youth entrepreneur, I think is something to it. So my goal is, at least for the first part of the 7th season, to highlight youth entrepreneurs.
Oh, that's cool. So let's talk about your mission behind your businesses.
With the company overall, and since like Boss Talk, you could say kind of came from that. My goal is to empower the small business owner to be able to show them and teach them how to use digital tools, current tools, to be able to find their niche, find their audience, and to grow their business, to help them kind of get their head around a direction for how they can market their business. Because a lot of times, either if a company needs to cut something, they're going to cut out marketing because they're like, oh, well, anybody can create a flyer. Well, no. It's more than just creating a flyer.
Right.
There's a whole strategy behind the flyer, everything from the colors you choose, the fonts you have, and where you promote it and the verbiage you put on it. And when I start teaching and explaining that to folks, they're like, I had no idea. So there's a reason why certain things are placed in high traffic areas when you go into a store. That's all part of marketing. There's a reason why pretty much all commercials have music behind it,
Right.
and it's a certain kind of music that, it's catchy, it becomes that earworm.
Right.
So that's all marketing, and that's all strategy. So in the one-on-one coaching sessions that folks can schedule with me, I go, depending on the package they get, we talk about that. We talk about how that works for their business. But just understanding, who they're going after and what they are about, and helping them elevate their business, that's the goal.
Nice. So how has your faith or your personal values influenced the way that you do business?
I don't move without faith. Most times I say it's a walk on water situation, because I wake up and I can have a direction that I think I want to go in, and then something comes in there and throws it off course. But I have faith that it's still all part of God's plan. There's no mistake. And whether it's a chance meeting, accidental, bumping into someone literally and figuratively, it's all part of God's plan. And so I pray before meetings. I pray before conference calls. I pray before, even just when I go to connect with a potential client, that God just comes through my gifts to really touch them in a way so that their business and their thing that they're going after just thrives, and that I'm just the vessel.
You're just the vessel.
So I always put prayer and faith first in everything that I do.
Nice. Do you still encounter challenges? Like, what are the obstacles? What are the challenges that you had to overcome?
People not understanding price. I'd say that's the ongoing struggle sometimes, because you got to pay the labor. They're worthy of their hire.
Yeah.
And sometimes what you hire them for is high to them.
High to
not
them.
to some.
Yes, yes.
It's high to them, and that's the key. It's high to them. But in, other circles, it's, oh, okay, sure. It's expected.
Right.
It should be, the conversation is about, how can I help you? What do you need? Okay, here's a plan, then price. Not come in the door, well, how much is this going to cost? Well, you may not be the right clientele for what I can provide for you.
So with that in mind, do you also encounter like dry seasons?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And which is why I have a full-time job as well. Mortgage has to be paid. But, it's in perspective. I don't see that as a failure. But even in that, you never know how you can run into your next business, your next clientele, even at work or from work,
right,
or from connections like that.
Right.
Maybe the funds that you get from working full time, you raise enough capital to now get whatever software, piece of equipment, even a building that you would not have been able to 3 months earlier if you had not gotten that job. So it's perspective.
That's interesting.
And I have the blessed opportunity to work in the field that my business is in. I'm still doing marketing.
Oh, nice.
So, and my past jobs have always been that. So I was able to go to conferences on the company's dime to learn things for putting it to use in their business, but also for mine.
Right.
So it works out. So that it's, I think, again, that's God inspired.
Right.
Because I could be working at McDonald's, no shade to working at McDonald's, but it's different than what I do.
Right. Unless you're doing marketing for McDonald's,
Right. Yeah. Now that's
working
different.
in the marketing department.
That would be.
Yeah.
Right.
So what other advice would you give to other women who are aspiring entrepreneurs and they're thinking about starting their own business?
This might be cliche, but definitely research.
Okay.
The area that you're interested in going in, definitely do your research and look at all facets of it, not just, the area that you're going in, but look at the complementary things around it, because down the line, you may have to, let's say, if it's a situation where you are doing that line of work, but now you have to get a full-time something else. Mm-hmm. If you've researched complementary things around it, you could have the opportunity to still work in your industry, but like a complementary business of the direct path that you want to go in. So you're not really taking such a hard left or right turn. Mm-hmm. It still all works together. You're still growing and learning your skill set that you can put towards your business. I would definitely say hit your boundaries of your time hard, in that make sure that the time that you say that you're going to have for yourself, because it's going to get to where it's a frenzy, like
yes.
what we have sometimes.
Yes.
Of working full-time, business full-time, kids full-time,
right.
husband full-time. You have to put your boundaries in there, and don't be afraid to say no.
Right.
Even if it's to all the folks that you love and care for, that, mom needs her time, mom needs her business time, mom needs downtime, those three things.
Right.
And have your hard line boundaries for those three areas. And that's a non-negotiable.
So how do you do that specifically?
I have to leave the house.
Oh. Okay.
They can try to call me, they can try to text me and say, hun, can you, mom, can you, I forgot but if you leave the house and you go far enough away where it's like, oh, you're going to have to get it yourself, or sorry, missed your deadline, I'm over here now. Because sometimes you have to take yourself out of that environment so that you can have more clear time to even just hear yourself think.
Right. For me, I know with writing the book, I had to get up at 4 a.m, where it was totally quiet and no distractions.
And dark.
And right, and dark. Because after 6, that's it. After 6,
Mm-hmm.
people are getting up, kids, school, things like that. But 4
Mm-hmm.
a.m. and I'm like, I must be out my mind that I am. It is pitch black outside, but that that was my time to write and think and
Mm-hmm.
hear.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly,
Yeah.
really to hear from God
Mm-hmm.
and really start, get into the flow of writing. Like you say, either if
Mm-hmm.
you can get away, that would be amazing to get away.
Right.
But if you can't, spend some time. Either you have to get up very early, or if you're a
Mm-hmm.
night owl, stay up late.
Mm-hmm.
And when everyone's
Right.
in the bed and it's quiet and you can really focus and not allow God to minister to you and what direction you should go with your business.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a way looks different to everyone,
Yes.
so it doesn't have, like you said, it doesn't have to be going away to somewhere. It could just be getting up earlier,
Right.
like you said, and
Yeah.
going into a closet even, and they not know you're in there.
Oh my goodness, Beverly.
I mean, if you got a walk-in closet with a light, you're good.
Oh. Oh my goodness, the things we do as mothers.
I know. Hide in the pantry.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's always good to talk with you and to get your perspective as a mom, as a wife,
Thank you.
as an entrepreneur, as a person who's working a 9 to 5. Now, how can the audience connect with you and learn more about your business?
You can visit my website. It's bevswebshop.com. Or you can email me at beverly@bevswebshop.com. And on all social platforms, you can go to Beverly's Web Shop, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads, and YouTube. I have my Boss Talk shows, the previous seasons, all on my YouTube channel. So you can do youtube.com at Beverly's Web Shop. Previous seasons are available on my website.
Okay.
You can click the Boss Talk tab.
Okay.
But they're also on my YouTube channel as well. For folks that live on YouTube, they can find me there
Okay,
as well.
awesome. Now, there's always a question that I have that I always ask every guest participant. What does invisible but powerful mean to you?
Operating in stealth mode. And I like to actually operate in stealth mode because you don't see me coming and you don't expect it, but it's powerful when the action comes out. Sometimes I need to do what I need to do in quiet and inside, behind the scenes, so that when I do come out with whatever I need to say or produce, it's like, wow. You get the wow factor after the fact.
Right.
Because I did all the work behind the scenes in stealth mode, and then it makes it look like it was just done easily, snap of the fingers overnight, but I did all the work, I did the research, I did the whatever is required behind the scenes for whatever time frame I needed to do that in order to produce. And then it just makes it look easy.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Well, thank you.
So
I am so proud of you. Again, I've said it before, but I'm just really proud of all that you accomplish, with your business and with your show,
thank you.
your book.
Thank you.
And I remember when you said you might want to do the show, you might want to write a book, and now it's like come to fruition. So,
Well, this is what happens when God intervenes, because if it was up to me, it would be an automatic no. But yeah, it wasn't really my choice. It's like he pushes you out there, and then you just learn to fly. So thank you, Beverly. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Anytime.
Yes, and don't forget, after the episode premieres, we're going to log on to Zoom, and then we're
Okay.
going to you're going to meet the other entrepreneurs, and then answer
Oh,
any questions if the audience has questions. Answer any questions that
great.
they may have that we haven't addressed on the show.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
If you've been inspired by today's conversation, join us at our monthly IBP chat. It's a safe space to share, connect, and grow together in faith and purpose. Check out this promo.
Do you ever feel like you're carrying life's weight on your shoulders? At the IBP Monthly Chat, you don't have to do it alone. This is your space. A space where real women come together to share, connect, and encourage each other. Whether you're navigating challenges, seeking clarity, or simply craving authentic connection, the IBP Monthly Chat is where faith and friendship meet. We meet virtually on Zoom, and each session is a safe place to open your heart and discuss God's Word as it relates to our lives. Here, you'll find strength, understanding, and the reminder that you are never alone. Scan the QR code to subscribe and be notified of our next session. Let's grow together, one conversation at a time.
Welcome back to the Invisible but Powerful Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Kiner, and tonight's episode is entitled Entrepreneurial Spotlight, Women on the Move. Our final guest is someone that I've had the joy of watching grow up into the incredible woman that she is today. She's a young entrepreneur whose drive, creativity, and determination are truly inspiring. Her name is Breana, or B. Nelson. Breana B. Nelson is a chef, musician, and a mother of 5 who pours creativity into everything she does. She is a founder of Nellz Eatz, a catering brand she launched just before the pandemic. Through social media and her authentic connection with customers, she transformed her small start into a thriving business. Alongside raising her children, she has balanced entrepreneurship with time in the traditional workforce, always keeping her vision for the future in focus. Bee shares her journey to inspire other women to begin with what they have, trust their own path, and embrace every part of the process. Let's take a look at Bee Nellz in action.
My baby, my Valentine. Can I hear they make you my temperature the rise? If you leave me, I could die. I swear, you are like the oxygen I need to survive. Wow, yeah. Your love ain't take totally me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your body. Ule, ya wani de makamishi. Ule, upona make I see. Ule, you me love 150. If you make a bad man feel no.
Let's welcome my amazing guest and my inspiration, Bee Nelson. Hey, Bee.
Hi, Kimberly.
Such a joy to have you on the show.
So happy to be a part. Thank you for inviting me.
So I thought it was really interesting that you said that you were not only a chef, but you were a musician. We'll talk about that one later. But I want to talk about Nellz Eatz. What is it that inspired you to start your company, Nellz Eatz?
Well, I've always been a creative, whether it was in a kitchen, making art, even in art school, art classes. I've always been inspired by art. So I just love to make people feel good. It's a way that I'm able to express myself without words sometimes, and just making people feel good. Through the pandemic, I didn't know what was ahead, but I felt like I needed to start something of my own. And with the help of social media, that became my storefront. And the love that people showed me and the continued support inspired me to keep going.
Oh, wow. So those recipes, because I know you have such a plethora of different cuisines. Are those recipes passed down from generations, like from your grandmother to your mom, or is this something that you create on your own since you have that creative talent?
I would say that I've gained inspiration from family members, but I wanted to create something of my own again. So I put a little twist to the dishes that we created with the inspiration of also going out. We used to love going out to eat a lot. So, bringing those into what I would call soul food helped me create my own sort of lane.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm just a soul food cook or, a traditional American cook. I like to incorporate a lot of different flavors, and
Right.
I love to eat.
So do I. I'm a foodie too.
Because in my family, we deal with seasonings. Food has to be seasoned. So,
Yes.
it was trial and error, definitely during creating the business. I want the food to taste good, but then, I don't want it to be high in sodium. So just learning how to accommodate all guests, just that create a medium, pretty
Yeah.
much, and where it's like just right, not too much and not too little. So it really did take time, and, you know, gracefully accepting feedback is also key too, like hearing back from customers.
Oh, right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they need something with low sodium.
Yeah. So during consultation, I always take that into consideration because I want them to come back, you know what I mean? And I don't want someone to leave the event feeling bad. So I'm very cautious with that, definitely cautious with that. But flavor is
Yeah.
always there. Okay.
So let's go back because you stepped into this catering business, but there was a why behind it. What was your purpose? What was your mission behind Be Nellz Eatz?
Okay, so growing up after church, we had like so many restaurants that we would go to, and it felt like the older I've gotten, there weren't as many options available, like of good food. So it's just like we're sitting at the table, like, wow, I wish it tastes like mom's, like. So my mission was to honestly create food that felt like home, comforting, soulful, and made with love, not just like
Yes.
a fast food sort of feel. Like you can feel that they put love into the food, food that brought people together. And I want every bite to feel like you're part of my family. Like, yeah,
Right.
she made this because she loves me.
Yes.
Yes, and
Yes.
it's fun. We cooked a lot together, playing music. It was collective. My mom prepping food, my sister also helping. It was a family moment for us. So it was more than just cooking. It was creating memories within those moments, and felt like, like the scene in Soul Food when all the women were in the
Oh,
kitchen. I love that. I love that. So it
yeah.
was a bonding moment through food
Beautiful.
because we love it.
We're foodies for sure. I knew you growing up in the church,
hmm
and you talk about how after church that was a great influence on having good food
Yeah.
after. How has your faith or your personal values influenced you in your business?
So I would say that my faith kept me grounded. It reminds me that my gift is bigger than me, for sure. Because I sometimes I feel so small, but then people see something in me that I'm not able to see in myself sometimes. So, with integrity and treating people right and doing things in excellence. I've learned that from Pastor Thumbelina Newsom. Shout out to her. She preached about that, like just moving in excellence, even in, jobs that you really don't like or you dread. Moving in excellence. God, he talks about that, doing things in excellence. And I always just wanted to feel or treat people how I want to be treated. As a customer, I'll put myself in a customer's shoes and position, and just being compassionate. Even when things were hard, I would lean on my faith to guide my decisions, because sometimes it just seemed like I don't know what's going to happen next,
Right.
but just
Right.
having that faith and not worrying, just trusting the process, and trusting that all the right opportunities will come to me. I say that I'm paced myself, and not just taking any sort of opportunity. It has to feel right. And not only feel right, confirmation from God is what I need for every opportunity. I've been offered many opportunities, um, to be a private chef or an NBA player and for the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, but
Nice.
certain things, it it requires a sacrifice, and I don't think I was able to do that just because, of money. It has to feel right. It has to be right.
Yeah. And that's interesting that you say that because I'm thinking even as a mother,
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance that? What do you feel can be the challenges that you've overcome in this?
I would say it was challenging when we first started because my older kids were much younger then. They're now in high school, more helpful with assisting with the younger set of twins. And also, when I need help in the kitchen, whether it's washing dishes, lending a hand, washing the dishes, making sure the kitchen is clean, afterwards, that helps a lot. And, they're learning how to even cook for themselves, just being in the atmosphere. I think it brought upon a good inspiration for them as well, because now they want to become business owners. They aspire to be entrepreneurs when they grow up. And so I would say that it wasn't much of a burden, but I do take them in consideration when I accept certain engagements. I'll say that.
Right.
But they have been more of a help to me than a hindrance, for sure.
Oh, that's amazing.
We have something to do. They're all locked in, ready to help, willing to help, and I do appreciate that. I do.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Many teenagers are pretty much like, look, I want to do me. I don't have time for you.
Right.
But that's truly a blessing that you have your children who are still willing to be of help and of service.
Yes.
That means you've done a great job, Mom.
Thank you. Yes, it's a blessing.
So what advice would you give to other budding entrepreneurs or women who are looking into starting their own business?
I would say start where you are. Use what you have. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. I would say that they don't exist. There's always something, seriously. So just being consistent, authentic, and remembering the small steps count is great advice that I can give to you. At one point, I would compare myself to other people's journeys, but realizing my journey was my own and it inspired people. Like I said before, I didn't realize the impact that I had on others until other women reached out to me who were single mothers. I mean, just starting where I was. I didn't have no fancy start. I'm not in a storefront. I don't have a restaurant. But when I tell you God has blessed my business, helping me be able to provide a comfortable lifestyle for my children is all I wanted to do, and God did that and more. So just starting with what you have and just being authentic, just being you. And that's all I've just been me. I haven't tried to be anyone else. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Right.
That's the advice I can give.
And it's pretty much like you said, you just got to do it, right? You just got to jump in the water and trust God fully. Yep.
Yes. Faith without work. You have to do it. You can't wait on God to bring it to your doorstep. You have to put in the work.
Absolutely. Well, that's some good advice right there.
Thank you.
How can everyone, people in the audience, viewers, connect with you?
Yes, so we're available on Facebook. It would be facebook.com/Nellz Eatz, BEENELLZ and also Instagram, which we're really more active on. That would be b.nellz_Eatz. Okay.
I wanted to go back to this picture. There's two photos I wanted to talk about. So this picture here looks like you are, I don't know if this is like lunch or dinner or breakfast.
Yes, this was a birthday brunch in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I was hired for the weekend to cater brunch, light hors d'oeuvres, and dinner. Yes, it was a great opportunity.
And there's another picture of you. It looks like you're serving.
We had donated, it was a holiday dinner to the Covenant House in North New Jersey. That's for the young adults who are unhoused at the moment, seeking further assistance with housing. And that made me feel good. I want to be able to do more of that. God knows my heart. Like, I want to be able to reach other people, even if it's just through a meal. Just, if they taste it and just, wow, they actually cared about me, and, just put love into this food is just not a prepared meal. I want to do that, whether it's through music or just food. That's my ministry. It doesn't, I don't have to be in a pulpit, I don't have to be, I don't know, doing what a typical church person would do. There's other ways to reach people and that they can see and feel God through. So, yeah, I had a great time doing that. I believe it was about 100 100 people that we were able to feed through that service.
Wow.
Yes, so it felt good, and it's nothing to brag about. I don't really talk about it too much, but I was just proud that we were able to bless someone. That was the goal of that post, and just being happy that we were able to bless others in their time of need.
And that's beautiful. I mean, you have to think about it. Your business, Nellz Eatz, is also a ministry because, you know, as God leads you, you're also serving and inspiring others.
Yes.
And you never know through your giving how much you're touching a life, you know, how many lives can be saved through what you do.
Yes, I agree.
So now let me go back to the beginning. We talked about you being the musician.
Yes.
Now what do you do as a musician?
Currently, not much. Growing up, I played around on the keyboard, but I did more so the drums in church. And then I was inspired to write songs. We had a little youth ensemble in church. My brother was starting to learn how to play the guitar. So writing songs to whatever chords he was playing at home, and then it transitioned into us singing in church. I let that go because of my own little fears, and I'm very bashful till this day. But I love music. Like, music is a way for me to express myself. I grew up with it. My family is very involved in it.
Yes.
Whether it's musicians or production, I grew up with music, or the inspiration to be part of music. And yeah, in those moments where I couldn't express myself verbally, it was creating music. And then music sounded so good, I'm like, I gotta put words to it. So I started creating songs, learned how to produce and create beats of my own.
Wow.
You know, it was just a way that I can thoroughly express myself. That I love it. I love music. I want to do more with it. A little secret is I want to become a DJ. Never too late for that.
What?
Yes, I do want to become a DJ. I want to learn how to DJ. Yes, and give to the people. You know, make the people feel good. It all. Yeah.
So you can not only feed them through food, you can feed them, you know, musically.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
So if I can come up with the idea of being a chef/DJ at an event, that would be so cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be
that
so
would
cool.
be so cool.
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of that one.
Yeah.
That's such an inspiration. I love to see young people in action.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
we do have a song out. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, you do have a song out.
Yes,
and
my brother produced it.
Okay.
Shout out
and
to
the name
Will
of
Nelson.
that song is?
It's called Church, produced by Will Nelson, and you can find it under Nellz on all platforms, actually. Yes, it's called Church.
Okay.
The picture would be 3 little children on their way to church. It's just a reminder of how blessed we are. You know, we've gone through things as, you know, a family, and we've made it, and look, we're blessed.
And who are those 3 little children in the picture?
That's me, my sister, and my little brother, who's also the producer. Shout out to Will. Yes.
Oh, nice. And we'll play a little clip of that music.
Okay.
Yeah. What should have killed me makes me stronger now. I felt defeated, then down and out, but now I'm lifted, no longer bound. They say the sky is a limit and I'm on my cloud. I was lacking faith, I was full of doubt. I was a lost soul, but now I'm found. Sending praises up, blessings keep falling down, till my cup runneth over and it's pouring out. Let me explain this drastic change, 'cause there was some days I just felt sorrow and pain. Had to increase my faith, look at it in a new way, knowing they would work out for my good. The rough days will pass away. Oh, the midst.
So, B, it seems like you are so multi-talented, but you also get that through your family, not just cooking, but also music.
Yeah.
There's always a question that I ask at the end, and that is, what does invisible but powerful mean to you?
Wow.
1 to 2 words, and then kind of expound on that.
To me, I would say that it means that when people don't see all the hard work, sacrifices, and faith behind the scenes, it still matters to you. That's what it is, and it still makes an impact, whether it's small, like I said, through a meal, or if you're able to, I don't know, do more than that. But it's still an impact. I would say power isn't always loud, but it's always felt. That's what I had to learn. It's not always going to be, loud and in your face, but you'll feel it. And
right.
That's what I would love to compare myself to, because I'm almost like a quiet storm. In my older years now, I've become more reserved and, but I'm still making an impact. That's what I've learned. I'm very quiet, but I still touch people, and that touches me. Like, I don't have to be in the spotlight, and I'm still making an impact. So that's a blessing. As long as I'm serving some sort of purpose on this earth, God is using me. I'm being used. I'm good.
That's an amazing answer. There's no right or wrong, but that's truly powerful in itself, is that you don't have to, you can be in the background and be even more powerful than those in the forefront.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to, I've been trying to get you on this show for a while now.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just so glad I was able to reach out and get you on the show to focus on entrepreneurs. I think you would be such an inspiration to not just young people, but to me, to older people as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Kimberly, because you've been an inspiration to us. I mean, you're a young woman in the church, educated, and still you showed the young people so much love at the time. Aww. This is before you had your own children. It was no obligation, and you showed us love. I never forget that. I was just talking to my son about it. Like, you created that. We looked forward to Sunday school, even though it was a meal. Look, through a meal, you blessed us. I mean, but you were so generous, and just taking that time out. Like, kids don't forget that, and I'm 35. I'll never forget how kind you were to me. Never.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. I never know until someone tells me 10 or 15 years later.
Yes. Yes, very kind.
Thank you so much. Thanks again. And don't forget to stay behind after it premieres so you can talk to the audience if they have questions on Zoom.
Okay, sounds good.
These 3 amazing women have reminded us that entrepreneurship is more than just building a business. It's about building purpose, creating an impact, and leaving a legacy. As an entrepreneur with IBP Ministries and IBP Wellness, I know the courage, the faith, and the determination that it takes to bring a vision to life. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. It's worth it because what we create has the power to inspire and transform lives. Thank you to our amazing guests for sharing their journeys, and to our viewers. Don't forget to log into Zoom right after this episode so that you can speak directly with these inspiring entrepreneurs. It's also your chance to ask them questions, to learn from their journey, and to connect in real time. I'm your host, Kimberly Kiner, and I'll see you next time. As always, continue to be blessed and a blessing.
Thank you for spending this time with us on the Invisible But Powerful Show. We'd love to connect with you beyond the show. Follow us on Facebook at Invisible But Powerful Ministries, on Instagram at IBP Ministries, and subscribe to our IBP Ministries YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Until next time, remember to uncover, unlock, and unleash the potential within you. Walk boldly in who and whose you are.